guy's a fucking shark. This guy right here is a fucking shark. He's crawling around. That man right there. That man right there. Don't give him an interview. Do not give him an interview. Do not give him an interview.
John, ambulance is there.
Come here. Come here, motherfucker. Kiss. Come here. Give me a kiss. You gonna give me a kiss? Can people be gay in Gaza? Can there be gay in Gaza? Can I kiss a man in Gaza? Can I kiss a fucker? Come here. I can kiss a man here. In America, I can kiss a man.
Hey everybody, I am your host Elad, and today I'm reporting to you from Midtown in New York City at a Free Palestine protest. Let's go talk to some protesters, see what's going on.
Palestine will be free! 1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4! Yalla, 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 yalla! Yalla,
We're outside of the Israeli consulate. Can you tell me why you're out here today?
We're out here today in solidarity with the Palestinian people in opposition to the forces and the occupational forces of Israel, which has proved itself an apartheid state, which has proved itself a racist state, which has proved itself not dedicated to protecting its own people. If it does claim to be a state, it has been going on for way too long, for over 50 years, and it must come to a stop. There will only be one solution: free Palestine from the river to the sea.
We're seeing an escalation of violence there. You said there's only one solution, from the river to the sea. Can you be more explicit? What do you mean in that?
There is only one solution, and that is Palestinian will always be Arab. It has been Arab, and it will be Arab.
Yeah. Should we dismantle the Israeli state? How does that even...
The Israeli people should get out of there.
Okay, interesting. What do you make of the government in Gaza right now? I know there's tensions rising between Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad and
I think Zionism was a movement that predates Hitler. It is a movement that was favored by Hitler. It is a movement that came around that time because it worked. It was actually politically advised to be a very good strategic move to exterminate the Jewish people without getting blood on your hands. It was done in accordance with a lot of Arab leaders who were corrupt at that time, and these are damages that we're still facing today, up till this day.
I know in America, our government considers Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad to be terrorist groups. What do you think about that categorization?
There's too many groups out there. There's a lot of terrorist acts. There's a lot of things that's going on. But anything must be done to preserve Palestine and the people of its land.
Do you support Hamas?
I support the people of Palestine and its freedom. I support the freedom of the Palestinian people.
Yes. Can I ask you this one last question? There's Andrew Yang made a comment. Can I read you that?
Andrew Yang.
Can I read you that comment?
Fuck Andrew Yang. Fuck that piece of shit politician. He will never get elected.
Why do you think he made that comment?
He made that comment because he wants to get us the support of his corrupt Zionist associates. That's why.
Any chance I get a quick interview? No? Any chance I get a quick interview? No? That's Israel.
Find a Palestinian.
Huh?
Find a Palestinian.
I have. I've spoken to a few.
Find more.
Can I get an interview from you? No?
Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! 1, 2, 3, 4! 1, 2, 3, 4! Zionist out the door! Zionist out the door!
You get the name if you want. I'm not hiding. You get the name if you want.
I already got it, whether or not you want it.
You're welcome. I told you. I have it on my name tag for a reason.
Right, just keep walking. Okay. Quiet, and your breath stay.
Thanks. We're outside of the NYC, or we're outside of the Israeli consulate.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about why you guys are out here?
We're here because we want justice. Our holy sites are off limits. Al-Aqsa is off limits. our land is off limits. If Israel's going to take our land, there's going to be a bloodbath.
What does justice for the Palestinian people look like?
Minimum two-state solution and compensation for the refugees.
What lines for the two-state solution?
67 lines. Yes, that's the
I want
minimum.
to ask you, we've been seeing escalations right now.
Yes.
Both
From the Israelis.
We're seeing
the Israelis.
So Israelis were cutting down on, supposedly riots that were going on at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Hamas supposedly retaliated. Israel also retaliated. What's the solution here?
The solution is if Israel doesn't back down from Al-Aqsa and give us our rights and do a two-state solution, there's going to be war. That's the only way, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry at this time I have to take Hamas's side. Because Hamas, they retaliated against Israel's aggression on Al-Aqsa. Al-Aqsa for us Muslims around the world.
Yeah.
It's not just Palestinians.
As I understand, most of the time Israelis allow Muslims and Israeli Arabs to get to Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Yes,
right?
but in Ramadan, man, there's always problems because of these alt-right Israeli settlers. Look what they did to Israel. Look, I'm not like, oh yes, let's do another Holocaust. I'm not for that. What I'm for is peace. Look at how many Israelis and Palestinians died because of these fucking idiots. Because of these warmongering idiots.
You have to say, you have to be on Hamas's side. Do you support Hamas?
As long as Hamas doesn't kill civilians on purpose, keyword, purpose, I am for whatever.
Hamas launches rockets indiscriminately. Is that killing people on purpose? People have died due to Hamas launching rockets indiscriminately into civilian territory.
Let's look at cause and effect. Israel bombed Gaza. Now let me be clear about something. I'm not 100% support Hamas. I said in this case. Now, for example, suicide bombings, obviously that's not excusable. That's against Islamic law. Now, with Hamas, my friend, Hamas is defending Al-Aqsa. We are defending Al-Aqsa. We are defending for the survival of the site. You know how many people...
They send rockets towards Jerusalem,
Yes.
Hamas. Is that defending Al-Aqsa?
Yes.
Sending rockets
Yes.
towards Al-Aqsa is defending
Yes.
it.
Because look what happened. Now Israel's backing down. If those
Is this Israel backing down? Aren't they retaliating?
They retaliated, but they're not attacking Al-Aqsa no more. You know why? Because there's Hamas. And I want to tell Netanyahu this. Shame on you, Netanyahu, for what you're doing. If you keep doing this, we're ready to die for Al-Aqsa. I'm ready to die for Al-Aqsa. Palestinians and Muslims all over the world are ready to die for Al-Aqsa. If you want peace, we're ready. But you have to leave Al-Aqsa alone. You have to let Palestinians pray at Al-Aqsa in peace. And have a two-state solution. Because if Israel keeps on taking land, and let's look at how it started. Me and you talked about this. We talked about it earlier, right?
There's a long history
Sheikh
here.
Jarrah.
There's a long history. America and Israel calls Hamas a terrorist organization.
Well, the rest of the world isn't classified. Russia, China, Middle Eastern countries that are not
Some Middle Eastern countries, but now you're siding with China. I know one critique of China is they're very anti-Muslim. They're oppressing Uyghurs.
Obviously. We're not
there's
excusing.
layers to this.
I'm not pro anyone here. I mean,
Let me ask you one pointed question, and this will be like a relatively anti-Israel
No
side.
problem. Ask.
They're saying they do directed strikes at Hamas officials, but they will
kill
kill.
civilians,
They
yes.
will kill
But
children.
we're not
as
human.
yes.
We're not-
So
we're
what do you
not
make
them.
of Israel attacking parts of Gaza, striking specifically militants, but there are also casualties of innocent people?
Retardedness. You are retarded. Because when you bomb these areas, you are creating a new cycle of violence. Now look, when these kids grow up, or when their brothers grow up, what are they going to think of Israel? Now they're going to do everything they can to get revenge. And on we go, like a Six Flags roller coaster.
One last question, as somebody who is a diaspora Palestinian, if a state was established...
Hold on,
Shit.
record. What's going on?
All right, back up.
Stop him! What is this? That's what happens when you attack us. Yeah! Shabib! Fuck Palestine! Fuck Palestine! Shabib, this shit! It's nothing! Yeah, go ahead. Where's Palestine? Where is it? Where's Palestine? Where is it? Where's your Palestine? Free Palestine! Where? It doesn't exist!
Masari, Kesef! Yeah, why not? Please!
Go! Go! Turn it on! Wait, turn it on! He said he'll talk! Go. No, he just said he'll talk. She just said she'll talk.
Yes.
Let him talk. Go, interview him.
Okay, I take that from what I
Please,
said. Okay.
please go, interview him. Go.
I tell
The wire's in the way. Your wire's in the way.
I was supposed to get that خلاص.
Let him talk. He said he wants to talk.
We want Israel to stop. We don't want no civilians killed. If Al-Aqsa is attacked constantly, we'll defend ourselves. We'll defend our mosques, we'll defend Al-Aqsa, we'll defend Gaza, we'll defend the West Bank. This is in the hands of Netanyahu. If Netanyahu wants peace, leave Al-Aqsa alone. Leave Al-Quds alone. Leave Sheikh Jarrah alone. Leave Gaza alone and give us our country. If not, we're gonna take the rockets that we haven't shown up your ass.
To create any problems, anything like these other people, the Israelis, they've been sticking middle fingers, throwing stuff at us, dancing. We just been here just showing love for Palestine, free Palestine.
I heard somebody said intifada, only one solution, intifada revolution. Do you guys want to see another intifada?
It's the only solution, man. He said Intifada is the only solution.
You think intifada?
Yeah, it's the only solution.
And what does that entail?
That does nothing with us. We're not doing nothing. You guys are the one that are taking over our land.
You guys, I'm asking. So
well,
what
it sounds like you're pro-Israel.
You guys are saying you want another intifada. What do you think that entails?
I just want peace. I just want peace.
Okay, what does that look like?
I don't know. From what it's looking like from our side, there's a lot of people supporting Palestine. Okay. There's only 3 people on the Israeli side. That kind of looks like. What does that look like?
Absolutely. It doesn't look like there's a lot of faith there. But then let me follow up with you. Andrew Yang, a leading New York City mayoral candidate, had a statement to release. Can I read you a statement real quickly?
Yeah, go ahead. What did he say?
So Andrew Yang said, this was the other night. This was last night. Please, 1 second. I'm sorry. So Andrew Yang, the leading Democratic mayoral candidate, said, I'm standing with the people of Israel who are coming under bombardment attacks and condemn the Hamas terrorists. The people of NYC will always stand with our brothers and sisters in Israel.
Ain't nobody care and nobody knows who Andrew Yang is, man. We just want peace. Who cares about Andrew Yang, bro? Ain't nobody care about Andrew Yang, bro.
He said they're Hamas terrorists. What do you think about that language?
We are not terrorists. We are peaceful people. As you can see, we're here to support Palestine. The Israeli people, they're the ones who have been throwing rocks. I got videos. It seems like they've been getting paid.
But that's usually what Israelis say of Palestinians. That
they were sticking the middle finger. They were throwing some stuff. They were throwing their stuff. And then the cops have been siding with them. It seems like they've been getting paid by the media.
Interesting.
That's what
Can I get one flat answer on this? Do you think Hamas is a terrorist organization, as the American government
no
says
comment.
there?
I just want peace. Free Palestine.
Do you support Hamas?
No, I have no comment. I support peace. That's what I said.
No comments.
No comment, man.
Okay.
No comment. Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention?
That's it. That's all. Free
Thank
Palestine.
you for your time, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Point your fingers and say I'm bad guy. Point your fingers and say I'm the bad guy. I am the bad guy. That's what y'all want. I'm gonna kill you. That's what Come over here.
Fuck you, Nazis! Fucking Nazi! Fuck you, Nazi terrorists! Fuck you! Go back to Europe! Go back to Europe!
Who did this?
Start recording. I'm gonna go up to the Muslim Jewish anti-fascist.
You guys gotta keep moving.
Any chance I could ask you about your sign?
Not me.
Can I ask you about your sign?
Talk to him, he's a fucking fascist.
Can I talk to you guys about your sign?
He's a fucking fascist.
No? Sorry? Palestine! No? Can I ask you about your sign? Free Palestine! Angle it towards him. Can you tell me why you guys are out here today?
Who are you working for?
I'm independent. I'm a freelancer.
Okay. We are here. We are speaking up. We are protesting what Israel is doing now for the Palestinians and what they are doing already for decades. Sure. Unfortunately, we see a cycle of violence, a cycle of bloodshed on all sides of the conflict, and we can sit here and debate what is the action and what is the reaction. But we need to realize that nothing is starting now. It started already decades ago by the beginning of the movement of Zionism, when there was a slogan that there is a land without a people, for a people without a land, totally disregarding the indigenous Palestinian people who live there for hundreds of years. And unfortunately, this slogan is still around. And we still find people who would still deny the existence of the Palestinian people and would deny them any rights which is God-given to them and which is recognized by the international community.
Please let me follow up and ask you. Many people were saying one solution, intifada revolution. What do you make of that?
I say that the solution is to wake up and to realize that all crimes that were done is wrong and needs to rectify.
Do you support a third intifada?
Exactly what I support is a total end to this occupation. Once this occupation will end, I am concerned for the lives of all peoples in the region. That's exactly what I'm concerned for. I'm concerned for our religion. I don't want to see my religion being violated.
So is an intifada justified to end a so-called occupation?
Well, exactly. What I promote is that this occupation should stop in its entirety. We should restore all rights to the indigenous Palestinian people, Arabs, and Jews.
Absolutely.
And at that point, we will see once again that peace that did exist in Palestine. We can see that once again.
I had one final question for you. Many in the American government and Israeli government claim that Hamas is a terrorist organization. What do you think of that?
All what I can say is that we had peace in Palestine before the movement of Zionism. Something changed. Something happened. You know, this is something that people will remember. We have testimonies of people who lived the 1920s in Palestine. They had no problem to walk by themselves behind the village.
This is
now,
way before Hamas. So would you call them?
Something happened. Something changed. What changed? It's this occupation, the disregarding the indigenous population. This is exactly what happened, and this is unfortunately the cause to all this conflict we see today.
Can I get a yes or no? Do you think Hamas is a terrorist organization?
I have one yes or no. Yes occupation or no occupation. The answer is no occupation.
So
that's only one yes or no I give.
So you're not willing to say if Hamas is or is not a terrorist organization?
I give one yes or no.
Okay.
I say either yes or no for the occupation of Palestine, for the existence of the state of Israel. And as a Jewish person, I say not only because I'm human, it's specifically because I'm Jewish. I say that this occupation needs to stop for the favor of all peoples involved.
Thank you guys for your time.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. What happened to this guy?
He tried to break through the march, say some hateful comments.
One veteran.
He said mean comments?
Yeah, he said very hateful comments. Fuck you, fucking stop! Run, pussy! Run! Fucking pussy! They will break those windows.
Move back.
Don't drive a local like that. Don't drive a local like that.
Get back.
Move back. Do me a favor, guys. Move back.
Stop fucking touching me.